Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's episode of Late Night Craft Talk. Let's get that countdown timer going. Down 10 minutes. Well, 9 minutes, 55 seconds to go. Savannah, you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I am waiting for the show to start. We are
I
here.
know.
We're getting ready. And of course, this week is actually pre-recorded, but let me tell you, we're going to be watching all the comments. It's fun.
Yes, we do monitor those. And folks, tonight we have back Dave Uchansky is
Yay,
back.
Dave!
He's
Woohoo!
slug out fest right now between him and Christy Nieto to see who's been on the show more times.
I know.
I think Dave may actually beat, no, Christy may beat him by like maybe twice.
But you know what? I think that don't they get to have the green jacket because they've been in the green room so many times. They get the green jacket.
Yes, the one from the dollar store, because we don't quite have the budget as the Five Timers Club or whatever from SNL.
Oh wait, no, I thought that we got it from the thrift store.
It's a high-end thrift store.
Yeah, I know, because it's usually a little bit less than $1 sometimes. If we go on the days where there's a deal.
I'm hoping. Well, I'm looking at the feed right now. Dave's got a look on his face, big eyes, and he's
like, ooh, he's like, ooh, I want the jacket. He's like, I need the jacket, and they're 44 long.
Well, he's probably wondering why the sleeves are a little short. We just said it was a special order. It's a style. He's kind of like realizing what we've done now.
I know. Actually, I know he probably is enjoying the beadwork that I put on it, and you put some leather and feathers hanging from the sleeves.
Yes, we did.
Yes, so Dave's wearing the jacket, being like, yeah.
Totally. All right. It's 8 minutes and 10 seconds to go. Folks, remember, sharing is caring.
I know. So do make sure to share our video because we love the show. We love to share with everyone. And we have a special thing that we were talking about, which I forgot to talk about with you, James. Put it in the chat. We were going to have a special surprise at the events of our show. So you definitely want to tune in.
Absolutely, we do. I think I know what Savannah's talking about. You talk about the pony rides at the fair?
Oh, no, maybe. It's a surprise.
And the thingy for the drawing for the thingy and the free thingy and that thingy? Yep, that's what I thought. I'm looking at the private chat. Yep, it's not the pony rides.
Yeah. It's a secret, folks, guys. It's a secret. Shh. You have to wait an hour.
Folks, when you find out the surprise, just remember I wanted the pony ride.
So yeah, exciting stuff. So you guys are going to have to send us an email for this one.
You have to be proactive, folks. You have to get out and type, not just watch the show, go, ha ha. We want participation. We want feedback.
Yep.
And I know you want free stuff.
I know. So this is like a pretty exciting. Yeah.
Totally. All right. We're kind of going back to Hollywood. We announced this week that we were supposed to be doing Halloween decorations and decorating, but we're going to move that to next week.
Yep.
Because Savannah goes, hey, Dave's got a new film festival. We went, Dave, and Dave's like, I don't know. Let me check my schedule. I will squeeze you in here. And we'll be like, yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Well, we'll talk about it when people watch the show. They'll realize also why we did so.
This is totally fits in our Halloween themed show.
But make sure, everyone, that you guys are sharing and liking and.
Savannah, did you just cut yourself off? Hello? Did I just get disconnected? Okay, I think we lost Savannah. I'm not sure what the feed's going on right here, but we're going to go with it. But we're waiting for Savannah to sign back on. We've got 5 minutes and 24 seconds to go, folks. And just right quick, just to make sure that the feed's going okay as we're doing our countdown. Dave, if you can hear me, can you shake your head up and down? Okay, cool. All right, it was just Savannah's having a little bit of computer problems. So thank you, Dave. All right, folks, while we're waiting, while Savannah's about to come back on, let's leave comments in there and talking about her mismatched blue and red shoes.
Hey.
Oh, she's back. Hi, Savea.
Yeah, the spirits must have been being weird because I was just looking at a thing and then all of a sudden, boom, I was off the feed. I'm like, what the heck? And then I tried to log in again and the whole tab closed again.
That's nuts because all of a sudden I saw like a flash. I was like, what just happened? So I'm making sure that I didn't get kicked off. Yeah. And I didn't freeze in there. I'm like,
it was
okay,
like,
see me.
Yeah, it was like I went to another realm.
It must be the scary one.
Yeah, right.
Oh, wait, what's it called in Hellraiser? That dimension they go to?
I don't even know because I've never seen Hellraiser.
I love Hellraiser.
Yes.
Pinhead is the man.
Hold on a second. I have a phone call coming in. Hold on.
Really? Now? Okay. Well, folks, while Savea's taking the phone call and she's on mute, remember, you got to leave comments about her mismatched red and blue shoes. Because she totally doesn't hear what's going on right now. And ask her why one heel is 3 inches and one's 2 inches. It makes her look like Quasimodo. You'll have to Google how to spell Quasimodo, folks. I can't help you on that one. Right now, we still have 3.5 minutes to go while we're waiting for Savea to get off the phone. She's probably on an important phone call because inevitably some world leader is going to call her. Somebody from Luxembourg. Or I'm trying to think of another small country. Not too well. Let's just say French Guiana. You know how David Hasselhoff is really popular in Germany? Savea is really popular in French Guiana. People have little statues and there's like little handmade bobbleheads of Savea in French Guiana. Maybe it's just because of her mismatched shoes and heels and she walks like Quasimodo. I don't know. All right, folks, 2 minutes, 55 seconds to go. Remember, sharing is caring. And I'm going to assume that we have Wendy on and Vivian and Carol Ann. And let's not forget the president of the Friday Ninja Monster Hunter Squad, Maya. You have a duty. So sharing is caring. Let's get it out there and leave in the comments. Like I said, Savea said earlier that we are, this show is pre-recorded, but we do monitor the chat during the show. That night, Savea will be monitoring the chat. I'll be checking where I can. I will be at Lakeside Rodeo at the time this airs. And we leave comments. And even afterward, the next day, we'll go through it and leave comments and answer people's questions on that. So it's still interactive. We're still good. We're still watching. We're just watching from a little distance. All right, folks, 2 minutes and 9 seconds. Wait for Savea to get off the phone and get ready for countdown. While we're doing that, kind of think, and pay attention, because every time we have Dave Uchansky on, there's always something cool to learn about video production, movie production, and just the whole bit. And it's kind of nice to have somebody that actually has field experience that's been there, that has been in front and behind the camera. And, a lot of people have notions about filmmaking and whatnot, but it's just interesting to see what they have to do and just how creative they have to get the effects they need, because let's just say that everything isn't sparkling and span, and that there's probably a bit of duct tape and baling wire behind even Tony Stark's armor in Avengers movies. All right, folks, minute and 21 seconds to go, which means we're a minute and 10 seconds from countdown. All right. While we're doing this, looks like we got Savea coming back on. Just remember, keep on commenting about her red and blue shoe. Hi, Savea.
Hey, I'm so sorry, guys. My Dan made a store run to go get food for the kitty. He has special prescription diet, and we're out. And so he went to the Petco to go get it. And I'm just like, oh, my goodness. We're totally out.
Out of cat food for Wicket?
Yeah. He loves eating. He loves eating his food.
One thing we noticed, we've got a 20-year-old cat named Mr. Peepers. And she likes to eat the dog food, and the dog's been having a habit of trying to go over and eat the cat food. And I think they're just old confused. But the cat is 20 years old.
Yeah, I don't know. It's supposedly not good for the cats to be eating dog food. That's what I've heard.
Hey, she's 20 years old. She can do whatever the hell she wants.
Well, cats also live like really long time in general.
Not that long, usually. Okay, we got 8 seconds. Countdown. You ready to do that?
Okay, yeah, let's go for it.
All right, and beginning at 10.
9,
8,
7,
6,
5,
4,
3,
2,
1. Woohoo!
Showtime!
Go!
It's time for Late Night Craft Talk with hosts Sabea Kamori Yang and James Hermes. On this week's show, Dave Uchansky's back with us to talk about the inaugural Dos Lagos Film Festival. You know, I absolutely hate screening films for the Grasshopper Film Festival. Everybody's a cricket. It's time to start the show. I have got to figure out why the sound pops up in one part. It's just something with StreamYard. And I'm going, Sabea, I'm dizzy now.
You should be.
I need to drink water and rehydrate. You had to do that to me. Don't do that. No. I'm going to throw up on the show at Joe Fall.
I'll be like, ha, made you throw up.
My water's disappearing for some reason.
So are you really drinking water if it's disappearing?
Yes. Yes, I am.
I don't know, James. I think you're pretending there's no water in there.
There's lemonade in this.
No, I have an idea. Why don't you pour the water out to see that it's real water?
Not in my office on the computer desk. That would be called very expensive. I have webcams and stuff like this, and I don't want to get wet. Shame on you, Sabea, for trying to cost me extra money.
Hey, I'm not doing anything.
This is not how you drive the economy. Okay.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Well, if I do this, you got to do it too. Why don't you pour a bunch of water on you?
Look, I have an Oogie Boogie.
And you change the subject.
Yeah. It's so cute. It's Oogie Boogie. He's hanging out in the background.
Okay, Oogie Boogie is cool.
Scary pumpkin right here. Scary pumpkin.
Scary pumpkin. Now, I got to go back. When you all made me watch A Nightmare Before Christmas a couple months ago, and we unofficially Mystery Science Theater 3000'd it, but we didn't.
Okay.
But I got to admit, Oogie Boogie, I'm like going, this is all right. It's all right. And then when Oogie Boogie ticked off Jack Skellington, he goes, I am the Pumpkin King. I went, all right, now we're getting good. So, Oogie Boogie, thank you for that opportunity.
Yes, Oogie Boogie is very cute. You see he's holding a really big bug.
Got it. Gotta love those Halloween decorations. All right, folks.
Yes.
Late Night Craft Talk.
Yes.
Show 2 of 4. They're build up to our 4th show of the Halloween spooky special.
This is all about Halloween, Halloween-ish kind of topics. So, of course, we're going to talk about some horror movies coming up and horror movies in the past that we've talked about on our show. And so we're really excited about our guests. But, hey, I just want to tell you guys, so I'm going to start with my quick little blurb about the show, and then I'm going to ask James a question.
No,
so
you formalized this last week.
Our show.
We're going to change it up, girl.
Every week, live or pre-recorded, depending on our schedule, so that we could get you guys a quality Friday night show to have a great time with us, chat, be interactive. And of course, we always like to talk about really cool topics and whatnot. So make sure to like and subscribe to our channels. We have our YouTube channels. We have Facebook pages. We have Instagram accounts, all kinds of that stuff. So follow us.
And the hot dog cart at the mall in Palm Desert, California.
Yes. And hey, James, what's going on with the elk rack traders?
Oh, you're just trying to make it look like I'm going to be first every week because you all of a sudden decided to formalize this. You know what? I'm just going to say, I don't know yet. I need my secretary to get back. I don't have material yet. You'll have to kill time when I ask you, what's going on with Dancing Bear this week?
So we are getting ready for our Bead Retreat. We have our Bead Retreat coming up next week. We are still allowing some registration. We are almost full. So I would say if you want to sign up, give us a call at the store and ask about it. As long as you can see it on our website, you can actually sign up. Okay. We go up to the mountains in San Diego and we camp. And while camping, we have bead classes and social beading and all kinds of fun stuff like that. We also will have a pop-up bead shop at our campsite. So if you are in the Julian mountainous areas, you can come shop, do a little mini store shop at our store at the campsite.
You're asking your customers to come out to the woods.
Yes.
With wild animals and go shopping.
Yes.
with bears and lions.
Yes. Well, we have dogs to protect us, like Princess Leia. Look, she's totally passed out. I'm holding her.
Don't see her fighting off a grizzly bear.
She's totally good. She's totally passed out.
She's eliciting fear right now from me.
She is, right? It's so funny.
Totally. All right.
He's just totally passed out. She's just like, look at this.
What happens if you try to sit her down right now?
She's actually sitting right now on the.
Yeah, if you try to lay her down on the table, what will she do?
I don't know. I think she likes being held up here, so she's just very relaxed.
Or do you like to hold her there?
No, she's just. No, but she's still asleep.
Yeah, let's not push the luck right there. All right.
So, hey, James.
Next weekend.
What's going on with Elk Rack Traders?
Well, as you happen to ask, tonight, right now, as this show airs, we are at the Bulls Only Rodeo in Lakeside, California, down near San Diego. We were there just a few weeks ago. We were actually just up the road a bit at Poway. Now we're down there. And Lakeside's kind of like hometown week. When the show started opening back up, the first one we went to, the first rodeo, Lakeside Rodeo. We've been showing there in Bulls Only for over 20 years. We're back again, and it's a barrel of fun.
Yeah, lots of barrels.
It's about as much. It's about as fun, bumpy ride, and lots of fun as watching a clown get in the barrel and a bull toss it around with his horns.
Yeah.
If you're into that, I like rodeos.
Cool.
So we're there, and we're going to be fun. It's always good, and weather is amazing this weekend. A little chance of rain, but I mean, it's highs in the mid to low 70s, lows in like the upper 50s. I'm loving this because just a few weeks ago we had highs of close to 100 degrees just in Poway. So gotta love that shoulder season weather on that one. So that's what's going on with Elk Rack right now.
It's really interesting because yesterday in Escondido and San Diego, it fully rained super duper hard yesterday for about like 15 minutes.
What's the difference between super and super duper in rain measurement?
It was crazy downpour, like a literal cloudburst above our house for about 15 minutes yesterday.
No kidding.
5.
Matter of fact, we talked about the rain. We had Helen Howard, who's been a guest on our show once or twice. A lot of you may remember that. She was on the Green River in Utah, where I was up until about 3 weeks ago. She just did the same trip. She was on the river about the same amount of time I was. And I talked to her this morning. They had a big old storm go up through Moab and Canyonlands, and there was a big flash, and she watched waterfalls. I think I showed some of the pictures of waterfalls when I came back from the show. She had massive ones, a little bit bigger than that and higher. And I was looking at the pictures going, dang, that's cool, from a big downpour in Canyonlands. So
yeah,
I'm going to see if I can get her on to talk about that, or at least share some of those photos we can show it, because that's cool stuff.
Cool.
Yep. Anyway.
So, hey, James. So what are we going to talk about this week?
Well, this week we're not going to talk about the weather, which we just did.
Yes.
And we're not going to talk about Christmas becoming early.
Okay.
Or Christmas decorations. And we're also not going to talk about what I had for dinner, because I have not had dinner yet. What we are going to talk about is the inaugural Dos Lagos Film Festival tonight. And we talk about that and some new film projects, as well as Film and Might Studios with this week's special guest, Dave Uchansky. Did I get that right, Savea?
Yes.
Okay, with that, let me get a slide up right quick, because I totally didn't incorporate one ahead of time because I've been talking. I'm not with it. Or cool.
Just show the slide that you created for our event. That's easy.
I'm about to. I just need to go like this, and I need to click this button, because we're professional here, folks. All right. Let's see if we can get it up, because a lot of times it pops up with the wrong one. Yep, totally did it. Okay. Folks, this week's guest, Dave Uchansky from the Dos Lagos Film Festival. We're going to be talking about that and lots of fun stuff to share. Dave, why don't you come on in?
Yeah.
You'll make the room brighter. All right. Yes. Dave, welcome back to Late Night Craft.
Hi,
hello.
Dave.
Hi.
So we're so excited to have you back. Thank you for coming on our show again.
Thanks for asking.
And we have some exciting news. So there's a new festival coming out. Tell us about it.
Now, we've had the Kapow Festival for 5 years. This year, we're still going to do Kapow. Kapow is going to be next year, summer in Los Angeles. But this year, we're trying to celebrate filmmakers in the Inland Empire, that's Riverside, Corona area, And we're having a 3-day festival starting the 21st of October, running to the 23rd at the Starlight Theater in Corona. There she is.
Yeah.
That's a cool looking logo. I like it.
It's the wave. Keep on trucking.
So, who did the logo?
There was we have a little team, a small team that runs the whole thing. Ryan McGonigal actually is producer, and he actually creatively did that. So all the credit goes to him.
Awesome. That's fun. So tell us about this. So what kind of, so when is this festival?
Starting a week from Friday, October 21st. It's going to start all day, like 11 o'clock. And it's going to run through the weekend. So it's going to end late into the wee hours of the night on the 23rd.
Wow.
Yeah.
So lots of movies to watch.
We got over 60. Some great films. Wow. We got some features. We got a bunch of shorts. We have a wide variety. We've got every kind of genre you can think of. Everything from comedy to drama. We got some horror, some great sci-fi. We're actually on the first night, which is Friday night, we're honoring the Corona filmmakers. And pretty much all the films, 90% of the films on Friday are from Corona-based filmmakers, which is we're really proud of that.
That's
just
cool.
Showing the film festival schedule as you're talking about it, just the different days and everything.
Awesome, yeah.
On that one, really good. This is a really good website you have with information on it too.
Thank you.
Thank Corona is definitely a bit closer for some of our viewers to come in from Inland Empire and San Diego.
Yes.
There we go.
You can actually physically go to this film festival. You can go in a theater and watch the films.
Last one we did, the Kapow was virtual, which was really, really weird. And you guys actually helped support that as well. But doing everything on the computer is just it doesn't have the same effect as being together, being around people, seeing a theater. What's the last movie you guys saw?
Oh my gosh.
In a movie theater?
Yeah, in a movie theater. There's going to be one this year.
Pre-pandemic, dude.
Man, I
movie theater since the pandemic started. I don't remember.
You didn't see Top Gun?
No.
Oh, goodness gracious.
No.
I was in and out of town a lot this summer.
Okay. Well, Top Gun played for like 20 weeks. So anyway, but time to get back to the theater. We got to correct that wrong because
I still didn't see Top Gun. I was out doing Whitewater in the Sierras when it came out.
Okay, fair enough. The movie is so much better when you see it in a theater. Movies are supposed to be seen in the theater around other people.
Absolutely.
So much better.
I was looking
now. That's like this example of like I had a friend who downloaded a copy of illegally did it, but of Return of the King from Lord of the Rings, and he's watching. We're watching the Battle of Pelennor Fields with the dragon and everything out there, and it's such a whole quality. I went, dude, don't do this. He goes, you're not doing the movie justice. He goes, no, I'm fine. I made him sit down and watch it like on a movie channel with high res, and it's like, yeah, you're right. You don't do the movie justice. You don't do the artist justice if you're going to watch it on a little teeny screen or something.
Right. A lot of the movies are now being released only in theaters. Tom Cruise, of all people, he wanted to bring it back and really brought people back in the theater for Top Gun. And again, it's just everything for the theater owners. So many people work in the theater business, and it's so nice to give them back. Really should be. It's also a great date night. It be a good date. Dan should take Savea out for dinner and a movie.
I know, right? He should take dinner.
You're making me acknowledge I'm alone in life. Thank you.
You're welcome, dude.
Nice. Okay, I'm going to look. I'm telling you, I just looked at the list of the movies chronologically ordered. List are released in 2020, and I did not go to the theaters at all in 2020, like before everything closed down. I actually, like right before 20, like we knew about coronavirus, but we're kind of getting a little careful because when we went to Tucson in January of 2020, the end of January, it was like late January, early February, we were wearing masks and doing hand sanitizers like the entire time because one of my friends, sorry about that. My dogs went crazy on this floor here. Have you heard the scramble? Did you hear it?
Yeah.
So we, one of my friends had family living in Hong Kong. And so she was telling us what was going on in Hong Kong. And the end of 2019 and early 2020. So we were really being careful because a lot of the people that came to Tucson were from China. So we were being very, very cautious and really just aware of what was going on, at that time. I'm trying to see what came out.
Well, a lot of movies stopped. They were released in 2020. They waited till 2021 to release them.
You know what?
Top Gun was one of those examples. It came out 2 years after initially it was supposed to.
Sure.
So,
right.
The last movie that I saw in theaters was Aladdin with Will Smith.
That was before the slap.
Really? You admit that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I'm just looking at IMDb and looking at the list of the movies chronologically. And they're saying, they listed them chronologically according to how they were released. Actually, wait a second. I could be totally wrong. Maybe I'm totally wrong.
I honestly don't remember. It was something probably in November.
Sorted by popularity. Okay, never mind.
Okay. We got to get back in the theater, folks, please. And be a great time this weekend from now to go.
Yeah, it definitely. I mean, if you do feel uncomfortable, I would definitely consider wearing a mask, because that's just
Halloween mask.
What our new reality is, right? Like wearing masks in public.
Yeah.
But definitely sounds like a really cool time. So are tickets available to be purchased?
Tickets went on sale today, actually, just like literally probably about 3 hours ago. And
This day being that we're actually filming this episode of Late Night Craft Talk that's going to be playing on the 14th of October. We're actually filming on the 12th right now.
So
you mean today?
Oh, tickets are on sale, which is great.
Tickets started being on sale on October 12th.
Starlight Theaters and Corona. Check it out. And just check out the weekend. Tickets are $10 for a whole block.
For the whole weekend?
$10 a block is a block of film, so $10 for a whole block.
Okay.
You can go see. You can buy a day pass, see all the movies you want to for $20, or
for the whole day.
You can see the whole festival for $30. You get a all exclusive full time festival pass, $30. I mean,
wow,
that's a lot of popcorn for me.
A lot of popcorn, man. A lot of popcorn.
Yeah, right, so that's really amazing. $30 to see the whole festival.
That's amazing. Yeah, crazy. Who wanted to do that?
You can be in room all weekend.
We're talking about this again right now. That this is going to be at the Starlight Dos Lagos Luxury 15 Theaters in Corona.
Wow.
See, I get that pulling up a little bit better there because people can see the address again. We're going to have this again along with the website and the closing credits, as well as our post with the show.
It's a great theater. Those of you who haven't been to Dos Lagos, it's a really nice community in Corona. Got shops. One of our biggest sponsors is a place called Stone Church Brewery. Great beer. We're going to have things there back and forth. It's not going to be movies. It's going to be a festival of everything.
Oh, cool. So there are going to be lots of yummy food to eat.
Yeah, there is. I mean, there's a lot of great restaurants. We're actually going to have a little food trays. We're going to stop the screenings 1 hour a day, and we're going to have all the filmmakers take a break and go across the street, have a beer, and some goodies. We're going to have some trivia, just have some fun stuff, and we're going to come back and watch more movies. Just really
Will there be nacho cheese chips?
Sure. Oh, late July. Nachos, good.
Yum. I know I had my bin of popcorn I was eating earlier to get ready for this show.
I found no sodium chips with low trans fat, and I'm like, nabbing that.
I'm with you. You got to have snacks. Yeah. At late night craft, you got to have snacks. It makes sense.
Yeah, well, we got to have
a bag of granola.
We need to have snacks to stay awake because it's so late. We're just exhausted.
That and I'm hungry.
I'm so tired right now because it's so late at night. It's like, I don't even know how late it is.
It's not 7:59 in the evening.
Look, it's so late. The Princess Leia is sleeping right now. Look at this. It's so late. She's like, I'm asleep.
She's cute.
So obviously,
you keep showing us your dog.
Yeah, we come on to adore Princess Leia every week. That's the real reason for the show.
Yes, she just changed.
Do you think that she doesn't get attention as it is?
Late night Princess Leia watching.
And you should see her Twitch channel, just dedicated to She follows Princess Leia and just puts a camera there or by her all night long.
Everyone just watches Princess Leia sleep all day long. It's just
And it's the number 2 rated show on the late night on the internet, not on Fridays.
I'm
you know what? I've been watching. That's what I do on my lonely nights. I just watch.
Dave, do I need to start going? Dave, look at the camera. Don't quit looking at Princess Leia. We're in an interview right now, dude. You're representing.
I'm transfixed by, like a cobra almost. I'm transfixed by Princess Leia.
She's just so cute. I mean, look at how cute this little doggy is. Look at, she's so cute. She's so little. Okay. So now, Dave, a little birdie had said that you are working in a studio called Philomite Studios, and you're a producer. So tell us about that.
Philomite, we've actually done 2 films. We did a film a few years ago called The Legend of Fall Creek, and that's was out. Then we did a second film. This was like 3 years ago called Black Pumpkin, and you can see both movies. You can see actually Black Pumpkin on Amazon if you got the good account, and Black Pumpkin or the Legend of Fall Creek is on Vudu, and it's good scary films, good, very Hollywood themed. But we have another one maybe we're looking at in pre-production. We're actually going to launch. We're hoping to film that December, January, maybe February, and it's
real soon.
The House in the Middle of Nowhere. Oh, there's House in the Middle of Nowhere. It's our 3rd film we're going to be doing, and it's going to be filming this either December, or January, and it's going to probably be a darker horror film. So
wow.
The other 2 have some comedic elements, but this one just not going to have any comedic elements. It's going to be kind of bad stuff.
Scary.
Awesomeness.
Scary. Princess Leia.
Do you have a tentative release date for House on the Middle of Nowhere?
We got to film it first. We are going to premiere it at the Kapow Film Festival sometime in 2023. It just depends on the filming schedule. And then, once you shoot a film, you gotta definitely do the editing part of it and add music. So it takes a few months after you film it to get it actually ready for release. So we're probably looking at summer of 2023.
Can you give us a little hint of what the movie's about?
Sure. It's 5 kids.
Can Survey and I guess, and you tell us we're right or not? Actually,
sure.
Before you reveal it. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
House in the Middle of Nowhere. It's a house in Amboy, California. Am I warm?
You're kind of close.
Well, I ain't gonna be Barstow. Probably Vidal Junction or Newberry Springs.
That's too exotic for us.
Too far out in the desert at $6.50 a gallon.
Crazy.
Okay, so it's Surveyor's turn to guess what it might be about and tell us we're right, and we're going to see how much we go, because we're testing our not our psychic powers, but our ability to our imaginations, see if we're in sync.
Okay.
And see if we got bright ideas like y'all up there in the big city.
Hold
of course,
my laptop is low battery. Hold on a second.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and take Surveyor's place, and I'm going to guess for Surveyor, so we'll pretend like it's Surveyor guessing.
You're guessing again. Okay. This is your second guess.
No, this is Surveyor's guess.
No.
Okay, now she's back. She can take her time because somebody forgot to plug in their laptop.
Yes, I know. I was working on it. Princess Leia distracted me, guys. I'm sorry. I fully apologize. She's just upset because she's like, I didn't plug it in.
Okay, what's your guess that House in the Middle of Nowhere is going to be about?
So it's about these kids that never thought they would be in any crazy situation. They're going there to just have a fun weekend, and all of a sudden things start to go awry. They notice something weird happening, and it's just weird. It doesn't alarm them, but it's just weird. And then something else happens, and it becomes like that's a little concerning. And it happens to all of them.
You just described like 32 different horror movies that came out over the last 5 years. And half the 80s.
So am I close?
You're both pretty close.
Okay. So it's a bunch of kids that go to a public school in Amboy. And it's a boarding school. And when they're in there, they realize to their horror, and this is a horror movie in itself, that they're going to a public school in Amboy, California. No blood, nothing else, just that. We realize the horror of it.
Ooh, that's too close to real life.
It probably is for some people.
Yeah, yeah. Do you have any viewers?
What's the hint?
Do you have any viewers in Amboy? We're kind of putting a bad flash on the educational system there. So,
well, 3 out of the 5 people in Amboy may watch this show.
Good. Okay. Good.
If they know what internet is.
Dang it, James. We're going to come and get you, James. They're going to be like this with a pair of scissors, and they're going to be like, James, we're coming for you. Won't stop there for gas. We're going to go to Indio, California. We're coming for you.
James, I thought I saw somebody behind you. Shadow. I saw a shadow.
I did too, James. You better watch out. You never know.
I am the root of all evil. That is part of my evil army.
Well, the house in the middle of nowhere is about 5 friends. They're traveling cross country, and they go on a detour, kind of a little wrong way. They come in, their car gets stuck, and they see a house with a light on it. So they go there for help. But it turns out that the house and the whole town is actually inhabited by a cult of cannibalistic Satan worshipers.
Whoa, scary.
Whoa.
You just described one part of our audience in Amboy in Newberry Springs that go to church. It's a biography.
They're gonna come after you, James, and be like, James.
I like that premise.
James, the phone. It's the Amboy Chamber of Commerce. They want to talk to you.
They close after 2:00 in the afternoon and open at 1:50.
James,
because the person comes over to check the mail and goes back home.
That's it.
James, I just got a text message from Amboy.
I was sure it would come by carrier pigeon.
Get you right now. We're coming to get you right now. That's what they just said here. See, I have these messages on my phone.
Well, as it is, gas is expensive, and let's just say that Uber ain't going out there. It's the anonymity of the internet.
So Dave, so in the other movies that we watched, you were able to act in some of them. So is it possible you're going to be one of the actors in this film?
Of course. I'm not going to do all this stuff without getting the part. That's part of my contract.
So are you going to be the Satan cult leader?
But you get the cool parts, don't you? Folks, just to let you know who we're talking about, Dave's got his own IMDb entry, International Movie Database.
Look at that.
He's only the second person we've had on the show that has had, well, he's the first person, but we've only had one other person that's had an entry on IMDb. The other was Curtis Youngberg.
So seriously, guys, I don't know if you guys know this, but my friends called Dave and I called Dave Hollywood, just so you guys know. It's Dave Hollywood. That's his name unofficially.
That's my nickname.
So we actually should change your name. So instead of it saying Uchansky, it's going to be Dave Uchansky Hollywood.
Hollywood Dave?
There you go.
Boom. Boom.
There's
yes.
Right there.
Yes.
Have you had to do a stage name at all? Or has that been advice for you at all?
No, I mean, it was back in the day. I mean, a lot of folks did it, but now it's more, I mean, look at David Duchovny, or a lot of people pick their own names. It's some names you can't even pronounce. So back in the day, people used to do it back in the 30s and 40s. Doris Day was Doris Kapow. Cary Grant was Archibald Leach. So a lot of them change it. Yeah, but now it's like it is what it is.
Was Elvis
back in the day,
Elvis?
Today would be Sevilla Fancy Feast.
What?
If you were back in the day, you'd have to change your stage name would be Sevilla Fancy Feast. And I would be James Badass.
That's weird. Look at this.
No,
look at this dog.
That's not.
She's
That just came from me. You're the one holding a chihuahua up to the camera again. All right.
It's so cute. She's sleeping like this. Look at
I love the way her feet's up in the air. That's a lot cuter than my tortoise trying to sleep upside down, all 70 pounds of her.
Well, sleeping upside down is bad for any tortoise, right?
Just a little bit.
They can't turn back over.
Yeah. With that, all right. So you're featuring, to get back to the Dos Lagos Film Festival. One, thank you for saying inaugural instead of annual, because that kind of like this little thing in English that just kind of irks me right there. But obviously, you're naming after the theater that it's being shown in. Am I correct?
Well, the community. Dos Lagos is the center, center in Corona.
Okay.
You've been to Dos Lagos. It's very, very nice. It reminds me a little bit maybe the Grove in Los Angeles. They're just really, really simple, and nice people, and it's just great things to do.
Yeah. With that, so a lot of your people are entering the movies into the film festival. I assume this is like indie type or
all indie movies. All indie movies. We've got like 45 shorts. Those shorts are maybe some are 5 minutes, a lot of them are 20 minutes. But we're showing blocks of films. Usually you get to see 7 or 8 shorts in a block. We're having seven feature films, and some are really, really, really phenomenal. I mean, you may see these may be the feature filmmakers of America down the road. I mean, you got some really good talent, and we're having a couple of actually premieres at Dos Lagos Film Festival this weekend.
There going to be any Q&A with any of the artists or filmmakers or anything after any of the viewings?
Oh yeah, after every screening, there's always a Q&A between the artists up. We ask them questions and just give them a little chance to shine, and then we have that. We have an awards program at the end. So it's all fun.
Yeah. With some of the filmmakers, I'm sorry, Savea, you're about to ask.
Go ahead, James.
Is James interrupting again because James is thinking, and all of a sudden James jumps out, and then James has got to stop that for some day time.
And then I have my question. Okay.
You have a question?
Yeah, go ahead first.
Okay, because James got to slap his hand first and do that self-punishment right there. I forgot my question.
So then I have a question for you. So when a film producer or a director or an artist or shows their piece, so how does it work, like for them to be picked up, their film to be picked up by like a major studio, like, or is this just a stepping block to get to a bigger studio, or like how does that work in the Hollywood land? I'm just curious.
A lot of times people have really wonderful ideas, but they keep them on paper. They never put them on film. And a lot of the folks who have short films, first they put them on film and but maybe they want to tell a whole story, but instead of telling the whole story, they tell a portion of it. Because you can do a film for 2 minutes, a lot less expensive than a film for 2 hours.
Yes.
So then you have the short films, and a lot of times you put their specs, and you'll put those out, and you'll get interest in the actual real film. This is what I want to do. Try to get financing for the real film. The films that really make, I guess we got 7 features. And those people actually went and actually made a full-length movie. And what's nice about that, with all the streaming services, with Amazon, with all the different Hulu, there's so many places you can put your film out that you can get it shown. Now, not a lot of the movies are going to be in a theater, but a lot of the films can be shown on streaming services everywhere. And so if you have a filmmaker, there's a lot easier chance in getting it shown to the world rather than it was like 20, 30 years ago, because of ways you can do it.
Yeah.
Part of the liberating aspect of the internet.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But that's really cool, because then they can get a chance to get they can possibly even be picked up by like Netflix, or like what you said, any of the streaming services pick up documentaries, etc.
Yeah, always happens.
Yeah.
Well, we've been kind of a golden age right now where you've got a lot of shows that wouldn't normally be considered that are being picked up, where there's big major money thrown out by like Amazon, Netflix, whatnot.
Yeah.
Right. It's also hard to monetize it because the filmmakers, they don't want to pay a lot. It's but you still got to do that. You're always waiting to do that one film that's going to get you noticed. That's going to get you your tickets made. Then you're in the club. And it's hard to win the lottery, but you can't win the lottery unless you buy a ticket. So
yes,
you got to keep on putting it out there. So I keep
on being told that. I actually have, and I actually filmed a short film, and it's more of a trailer and a proof of concept trailer to be able to make a bigger one. And I want to take a quick step, and it's not like I used a lot of stock footage and stuff that I pirated off YouTube with green screen effects and stuff like that, but not like I did that, but there may be some familiar names I've convinced to come over and join my film. And it's about a minute and a half. You want to take a look-see?
We'll
and
love
tell
to.
us if it's maybe film festival material?
We'll
You
love
know
to.
what? Come to think of it, this whole video could be just a submission for the film festival for the very first show, right?
It could be.
It would be a lot of head scratching. So
You're like-
what I have, folks, is I actually made this morning to make fun of a friend, have fun with a friend who lives up in Utah, because she's been battling goat heads, which is these nasty little freaking weeds with big stickers that release. And she's had a problem in her backyard. So I did this thing and sent her this video as a joke. And as it happens to be, this fits the theme of what we're doing tonight. So I'm going to show this, but it's a trailer proof of concept. But Dave, tell me if you think what some of the stars I got lined up, or just this proof of concept because they love my idea so much. And, we went to a lot of effort on this, and it's not like it's going to look like I recycled all the footage to make
Let's
a
roll
movie.
it, buddy. Roll it.
All right, let's take a look. Folks, here we go. This is called Lord of the Rings, Battle for Carrie's Backyard.
Okay.
Computer editing. Lots of explosions. At one point when I was making the video, I forgot I was making the video because I just want to keep on putting more explosions in. That there's Academy Award winning concept. It just has a lot of explosions. I like explosions.
James, that was brilliant.
Was it?
It was definitely a very moving.
Dave, I'm looking you in the eye. I'm looking you in the eye. I can tell when somebody's lying to me.
A moving film with lots of pyrotechnics that somehow are not successful in destroying the weeds.
Well, they're like the orc army from Lord of the Rings. They're that pervasive, that hard to get rid of. They're gardeners' worst nightmares. It's like kudzu in the South.
Well, let me tell you, our weeds here, you should have done in our backyard because our weeds keep growing back. We keep.
I am not spending the hour and 15 minutes and $2 budget I had on that. It was enough to get young Vito Mortensen on that video.
Mm-hmm.
Impressive.
Yes, it was. Anyway, but that you think that proof of concept could make a feature-length film of just 2 minutes of dialogue and the rest just explosions and would win awards at the Dos Lagos Film Festival?
What do you think?
Not really. You very skillfully turned that back at me, and I kind of had a feeling you were going to. All I know is, boom!
Princess Leia would just get up and want to go away.
What'd she do?
She would get up and want to go away.
Well, that's fine. It's not meant for dogs. Well, what's that guy's name that did the Transformers movies?
Shia LaBeouf.
No, the director.
Michael Bay.
Michael Bay. It's like a Michael Bay film, but with better acting and dialogue.
Touche.
Specifically the Transformers movies, but just I just want the explosions. Okay, the Michael Bay approach to movies. Few lines and let's just blow things up. Half the fun for his movie sets is just being there watching things blow up, if they're real. Anyway, computer generated.
Yeah.
But that could be taken as a student film project. I'm sure that there's people who have done. Did they actually do trailers like that to present as an idea?
We have categories for trailers. We actually had 2 or 3 trailers in the festival.
Wow. Huh.
So I'm kind of disappointed you didn't put your movie in our festival, buddy.
I know what happened, James.
I might have to get permission from a friend of mine. She actually texted me like 5 minutes ago because she saw. I sent her this morning. She's a flight nurse. She's been asleep all day. She had to do a couple flights overnight to Phoenix from Cortez, Colorado. And she actually texted, goes, "That's really funny." And I'm thinking, yeah, I just put that video talk about your backyard and your gardening on the internet. And now it's about to be entered into a film festival.
You might get an award. Who knows?
I might get an award. And I'm being advised to by the guy that runs it. And not
my
because
God,
David
James,
doesn't
you
feel
should
sorry
totally
for Savea,
submit it.
for me. Yeah.
You can say at the end, you're like, edited by James Hermes, written by James Hermes, directed by James Hermes,
All
produced
copyrights
by James Hermes,
committed by
copyrighted by
by
James Hermes,
but not starring by.
filmed by James Hermes. Everything. This is my skills are available. You just need to contact me at james@elgregcreators.com.
All I'm doing is just adding all the stack of liability on there for the copyright violations.
Yeah.
This is fair use right now what we're doing, but no. With that, so what is the plans for the Kapow Intergalactic Film Festival? When is that? Is that 2023? And
Kapow, we had 5 years of Kapow. We did the first year actually in Corona. Then we did 3 years in North Hollywood. Then we hit COVID, so we did it actually online. That was interesting. But we're now, like I said, we're going to do Kapow 6. We're going to have that. And that's where we're going to premiere The House in the Middle of Nowhere. So we got to film that, and so we're looking for a summer premiere date for the film, and we're going to show that hopefully summer. It's going to be in Los Angeles, summer 2023.
is that enough time to edit the movie like that in just that few months?
It can be, yeah. I mean, a lot of times if you do it correctly, you kind of edit it as you go, and then it still takes a lot to put together. But 15 months you can put this film together easy.
You film when you film those things. Do you film chronologically? Because usually that stuff's always out of sequence.
No. You do it all. It's all.
So I have a question for you. Why do you not film it chronologically? I'm just curious.
Boy, reasons.
And this is just, I'm going to ask because it's just a question that our viewers might have.
Let's say the movie and part of it's outside in a campground, part of it's in a house, part of it's in a bar, part of it's in a school. So you're not going to start the school day. You're going to shoot all the school scenes first, and then you're going to shoot the bar scenes. You're going to shoot them all together. So it's just practicality. You want to go back and forth to locations. It's like a play. You would shoot as you get the location, and when you finish you'll shoot all the scenes in a school, and then you wrap from that. Then you move to the
you'll put them in through the whole thing according to the story.
Like,
Billy's at school today, and then the next scene is Billy's at home right now, and then it's going to be the morning at school again, kind of thing. So you're filming them all together, but you're kind of pushing them around inside the story.
All the school scenes together, all the home scenes are together, all the camp scenes are together, all the haunted house scenes are together. So it just makes for easier filmmaking. I mean, it's because when you put together a film crew, they've got to show up, they've got to get the location, you got to pay for the location, you've got to make sure all the cameras set up. So you just want to make sure you get all the scenes while the cameras are there. You don't want to keep on moving the cameras around and move the crew around and the actors around.
And then a question for you about so how does an actor prepare for something like that? Because they're going to get a huge script. I'm just curious because I've always thought of how do people do how do actors remember all of the lines for an entire film especially when it's not all in sequence, because they're handed the script in sequence, right?
Well, sometimes you don't even get the whole script. Sometimes you only get the script that you're the part that you're in. Sometimes this happens a lot. You're in a sitcom and you're before a live audience, and they'll film an episode. Or they'll film a taping, and then they'll bring another audience in. Say, that joke didn't work, so we're going to rewrite the script. So you're actually in front of a live audience. You got to remember 5 or 6 different lines easy. So you have to change the lines. So you have to be kind of live with it. The more you do it, the easier it gets. If you look about, you guys ever watch soap operas?
Yeah.
They pretty much shoot a movie a day, like an hour and a half a day. It's total dialogue, and the more you do it, the better you learn it. The better you're able to do it, and it's good because of my practice. The soap opera actors, they literally mill them out because they do 5 hours of film every week. So you got to know the dialogue, and it comes to you.
Mm-hmm.
Makes me wonder how much some of those people are really working and just how much work they do into those telenovelas in Mexico.
It's more work than you think. I mean, because you got to.
I'm betting.
You got to be
a lot of those and tells me about it. I'm like, dude, soap opera.
It's actually kind of work. You got to show up at 6 o'clock in the morning, and then you got to hurry up and wait. And your scene may be, short. You better be. Your call time is at 7 a.m. You may not shoot something till 1 o'clock, but you got to be there. So it's intense, but it's fun. I mean, it's a great thing. If it's a great experience, but it is a different type of work.
To kind of expand on Savea's question a little bit, obviously with your experience on Black Pumpkin and Bloody Bobby, which I know that's no longer the title now. It's just what popped in my head quickest. Apologies for that. But you're going to be working with a lot of, what's that?
The Legend of Fall Creek.
Legend of Fall Creek. Thank you for the correction. But with that, obviously you're working with very brand new actors a lot of times. And when you film out a sequence, how confusing is that for them, or how much direction do you have to give them where they don't understand one scene connects to another? They don't have that experience.
Well, a lot of times, you won't get most likely you won't have a brand new actor on set. Typically you want somebody with experience.
Okay.
And pretty much a good director can set the mood. Because you always want to think about the moment before the scene started. What were you doing? Where did you come from? What's your situation? Are you in love? Do you hate? Are you fighting? Are you happy? Are you sad? So that comes from training as an actor. So you got to get in the mood, and a good director will allow you to do that. Now, also, a lot of scenes are shot over and over and over again. Because literally, we got to get a shot of you guys. Got to get a shot of your both close-ups of each of you. I get to get side shots overhead, far away. So you're going to do the same scene maybe 10 times so you can get all the camera angles. And then that may come out. I mean, I was on an Ally McBeal once, back in the day, and they shot a scene between Ally McBeal and me.
You were on Ally McBeal?
Yes, yeah, a small part.
Wait, when? What episode?
This was back in the day. But
is it on IMDb?
He's trying to skip over this.
Wait. No. Is it on IMDb?
It should be. So
I
anyway,
want to see that. I'm going to watch it.
I'll give you the episode. But
okay,
what happens is Calista Flockhart and Lucy Lang were in a basically a lunch meeting. It was a brief little scene. They spent all morning shooting this one scene. So they get the lines over and over and over and over again. So typically a year, a 1 hour TV series, there's like 45 minutes in it. It'll take a week to shoot it. And you're not in every scene. So it's not, they might have 2 different units. One's unit's going to shoot one part of the series, the other part's going to shoot other. So it's interesting, but you have to keep on redoing scenes over and over again. So the good director is going to set the mood and make it easier for you.
Mm-hmm.
Totally. On
That's
that
cool.
one. That's cool stuff.
Very.
I'm trying to remember. Okay, you served in all these positions. 10 on say Fall Creek or
Black Pumpkin.
Sorry, I have a little memory problem lately.
Black Pumpkin.
Black Pumpkin. Thank you.
I've been before. I was the producer. I've always had a part in the film as an actor, I also was really involved in casting, and casting is really fascinating because you're able to, you have characters, you have maybe 15 characters, 20 characters on the script, and you've got to actually put those people together. And if you have a brother and a sister and a mother, they've got to kind of look like they're related. So it's and also you got to make sure they act right. You got to make sure the people you bring on set's going to be fun to work with and not going to give you attitude. And somebody just also a good actor. So it's a mixture. We've had people before, for instance, where, for instance, we had the son cast, the daughter cast, and the mother. The best actress was a redhead, and we had almost go somebody with brown or with a brunette instead of the good actress was a redhead. So a lot of times when actors do lose a part, it's not because they were not the best actor, but because they didn't look like who they would need a match against. It's insane world.
Yeah, I'm just wondering.
And a lot of times,
on these sets where you're in the role of producer, I've been wanting to ask this question for like 15 minutes. When you're in the role of producer, do you ever take on any kind of aspect of Les Grossman?
James.
Yes.
Mom, turn that off. She's sitting right next to me and she's watching some video.
Live TV.
You were cutting out with your question. I'm sorry, James.
Okay, obviously a little internet thing. A little warm in the office. So in any of these, when you sit on the set there of Legend of Fall Creek or Black Pumpkin, and you're in the producer role, do you ever do any aspect or anything that looks like Les Grossman?
Like
on the cruise? Les Grossman.
Oh, no.
You don't have the big hairy arms. You don't call up people that are in terrorist organizations over in Southeast Asia.
One thing about us, we've done 2 films, and it's really a family. I mean, everybody gets along together, and it's because we're really low budget, so we treat it about respect, and it's a really fun set. So it's a great experience.
Well, I can imagine just being it being a nature low budget, you've got to stretch that dollar. I imagine that just working together and trying to get uber creative with what resources you have, you guys really learn how to get along and you call yourselves family to a certain degree on this. You have to. And
there's always there's always some personality conflicts, but you work through them, and then you have a film, and it captures that moment in time. It's pretty cool. That you can go back and look at yourself. That's what I did 5 years ago or 2 years ago. It's fun.
We don't have personality conflicts in our show at all. Savannah and I are just like just in tune with everything. We make the perfect odd couple.
Yeah.
You see the Odd Couple?
Yeah, he's just the weird one.
She's the one that holds the dog, going, look at my puppy.
Yeah, because look at how cute this dog is. She's so, seriously, look at, I try to make her look at the camera. She looks away. Look at the camera.
And I'm from a place where you have a dog up like that. She's usually.
She would be an excellent dog for film. She's just so sweet. Look at, she's like, I'm going to fall asleep.
And from people go, that's not much of a sheepdog.
She's like, I'm so sleepy. I need to just sleep.
All right. With this,
Hey, James. So you're still been cutting out a bit. It's kind of like crackly. So, Dave, we were talking on the phone earlier about maybe a prize that one of our viewers could win.
Yeah, sure.
You want to tell us about it?
We could do a day pass.
Okay. So for our viewers, we want everyone to email in latenightcrafttalk@gmail.com. James, can you possibly, actually, let me put our overlay on. I forgot. So the top of our screen, I forgot to turn it back on after your video, James. So it says latenightcrafttalk@gmail.com. Send us an email and tell us you want to be entered in the contest. And we will announce the winners next week. Sound good, James?
Absolutely. And you remember when you send it, folks, that we do look at, sorry, just somebody knocking on my door, got a little distracted again, but sorry about that. I just need to look. Yeah.
Or maybe it was a
odd timing for them to do that.
The Amboy Chamber of Commerce.
I believe it just might be.
I
had a stream of thought going over there, and then they knocked it out. It's like, no, don't knock on door when live. Don't do that. James, forget. James, go. I have a question. Did I have a question? Be one of the those kind of moments, but
you're talking about our viewers that are going to submit a entry so they can watch the festival. They can win a day pass to the festival.
Yeah. And with that, also, we'll have the email on the, of course, show and posted on our show. It'll become with this, so you can, folks can remember that, find it right there. And we will be announcing the winners next weekend, next Friday.
Okay. We will announce the people that won are going to be told because the festival starts on Friday,
the 21st. So you got to let them know by Thursday if they want or not.
Yeah, well, our next show is going to air on the following Friday, so they're going to probably let known on Thursday, the 20th.
Yeah, we'll probably put out a promo and announce it then.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So better for the viewer. All right, it's almost time.
Yes. So entries can be submitted until, let's see.
Say Wednesday. Good day.
Would you say Wednesday, October 19th? That's the day before?
Well, the 19th, you probably want to do maybe give people a day or two just to prepare because I'm not sure where they're at, but I don't know.
Well, it's on
weekend, so people may not want to come Friday, but it's going to be Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. So.
Yeah. So when do we want to make the deadline? We didn't discuss this. Sorry, guys.
Let's go ahead and make the deadline Monday night, and we can announce on Tuesday. We can do it live for the Late Night Craft Talk, and we'll do that Tuesday morning.
Okay.
Perfect.
So Monday.
I'm gonna be rock climbing Tuesday afternoon. It'll be hard to do from the internet on the internet while I've got my hand on climbing rope and a carabiners and stuff. Anyway.
Right. Okay. So Monday night we're going to cut off the drawing, and on Tuesday, the 18th, we are going to announce our winner. So, and we'll announce them we will hop on our StreamYard and we'll post it on all of our channels. So make sure to keep an eye on that. When do we want to do that on Tuesday? In the evening?
We could.
Yeah, let's do the evening on Tuesday.
We'll go do it in the evening. Well, folks, we'll announce that. We'll get that out there and we'll do post it with the final decision on that one. But very generous of Dave to do that. He has given away tickets to Kapow Film Festival to our viewers on the show, and Dave is always giving like that. He's always freaking great to have on.
Well, thank you. You guys are really supportive. Thank you so much for your support over the years and in the future.
Yeah.
I have to beat that one girl who's she's got one more appearance than I do.
Got it. I wanted to go into a whole section, just talk about motivation and the horror genre and why you do it, and the appeal and whatnot. I wanted to go to the whole section, but we're like 3 minutes left in the show on that one.
Yeah.
Can I do a speed question?
Sure.
Why horror?
It's marketable because you can actually. One reason you sell horror is you're not selling an actor; you're selling the monster, the fear, and people love horror films. They're a great genre, and it's basically we have a distributor already for we distributed House in the Middle of Nowhere. Oh wait, we will have a distribution deal for the House in the Middle of Nowhere, but for Black Pumpkin and for Bloody Bobby, we had a distribution deal, and we'll have the same thing. The House in the Middle of Nowhere, you don't need a big actor for it. They just love the horror because horror is a great market, and it's also market internet. Everybody likes horror international. Some of the biggest sales for us are like over in Italy or Argentina or France. So it's a huge business. So we may not always be in horror, but it's a great one to get your name set in, and then you go and do other things. But horror will get you a distribution deal.
Wouldn't you find it easier if you just did the Michael Bay and ultra patriotism approach and just wave American flag and have lots of explosions? Is that too easy?
Okay, James, my question.
I thought it was funny.
Dave, how many gallons of fake blood would you use in a filming on average?
Depends on the film, depends how much blood you have. This film we have in the House in the Middle of Nowhere is going to be epic as far as the death scenes. We have some decapitation stuff. We're going to have a lot of blood. We have a great guy who's do nothing. Most of the budget's going to go. A lot of the budget's going to go in special effects, and they're going to be very realistic special effects. If you guys like horror, please check out house in the middle of nowhere when it gets made, because we're gonna have a lot of blood. I mean, tons of blood. We got severed heads. We got some other things that are gonna be dismembered from people's bodies.
You're just naming all those things that make me go gee.
Exactly. One will really make you go geeky. So I'll tell you off the air, but it's something that you cannot I wouldn't want to live without.
Okay. I have another question that's totally not even horror related, and see if you know the answer. Okay, so I watched a movie yesterday. It was The Greatest Race, and it had Jack Lemmon and Tony Curtis, and they were fighting against each other, right? And there's this one moment where Jack Lemmon and Peter Falk fall into this big thing of mud, right?
Okay.
So, and you may not even know the answer. I just figured this is like a totally left field question. Are they really in mud? Or you think that they're like in chocolate milk or something?
Probably the amount of mud is kind of hard to fake. But a lot of times it's Hollywood magic and you don't know what you actually see. I remember the episode of The Wizard of Oz where they were out to see the wizard. I'll go over to the Emerald Isle, Emerald City, and then it snowed on the poppies. That was actually asbestos.
Yeah, I know, the asbestos in my mouth. Asbestos in my face.
That time, asbestos was it was normal. Everybody put it in buildings.
It was also 1938.
It was cheaper than snow, so it's kind of
and it looked like snow, and it didn't melt.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
So a lot of times it may not be. I mean, blood's definitely not blood. Mud might be mud, but then it could be built something that's going to, because sometimes mud doesn't really photograph very well, and so you want to make sure it looks like better. A lot of times back in the day, you had to have things in black and white because black and white look different than color. So you got to be.
Yeah.
It's all
like
about.
In Psycho, didn't they use chocolate milk in the? Not chocolate milk, Hershey syrup in the shower scene because it looked like blood in the scene or something.
There's a lot of stories that really use different stuff because it looks different. So they got to, yeah.
Got it. Well, we are at that time. So Princess Leia's been out the whole time. Has she woken up at all?
But it's so funny. Her head's back. Like, okay.
Well, there's a dead dog for sale. There's a dead dog for hire right there, real cheap. If you need that on the
She's
set.
really good for this. Like, she will literally fall asleep no matter how loud it is outside. She'll just fall asleep.
Well, tell her this is her audition and she passed it. So
look at. So she's like, even look, I'm holding her like this, and she's like,
Savea, does she have an agent?
I'm her agent.
Okay, we'll talk. Okay.
We'll
give you an offer. We'll give you an offer tomorrow. Yeah, we'll talk.
Nice.
Yes.
Okay, we are at that time.
All right. So thank you so much, Dave, for joining us. We really appreciate coming on our show. And everyone, make sure you visit and participate in the Dos Lagos Film Festival, and make sure to check out the House in the Middle of Nowhere when it comes out.
We'll be back.
It'll be premiering at the next Kapow Intergalactic Film Festival.
Yeah.
2023.
Yay.
That's cool stuff. And remember, free tickets. Deadline to email Monday night. We will be announcing Tuesday evening for the free ticket to
late night craft talk at gmail.com. That's where you're going to send your email.
For that free ticket, the Dos Lagos Film Festival.
Yes.
With that, folks, this has been this week. Next week's episode, we are covering Halloween decorations and decorating, and we might just be taking a tour of a virtual reality haunted house with the fun ghosts. Apparently, Savea's got stuff going on in the background that she had to mute herself. And she's talking and we can't hear her. You're still muted. We'll go with it anyways.
Sorry, I thought I muted it. I said someone was scooping ice and yelling at the dogs, and so I muted it because it was a common occurrence at our house and it's pretty distracting.
Was it Dan or Mom?
James is pretending.
Okay.
Oh, he's not pretending. What did you say,
So they
James?
turned off her mic also apparently too. Or their speaker. All right, folks. That's been this week's episode. Savea came back on the show just for time. Dave, thank you. We get you on one more time. We can probably have you tied with Christy Nieto, and we got that cool competition going.
Let's do it, bro.
Yes.
It'll be interesting to get you and Christy on at the same time, and then
it could be a competition for the best guest.
bestest guest ever.
Bestest. Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yep. See which one's best
Christy's
S
gonna be the
and which one's best S tour. The best test. Okay.
Best
Enough
bestest,
reinventing
bestest.
English. Folks, this has been this week's episode of Late Night Craft Talk. Again, thank you, Dave. Always great to have you back on. See y'all next week.
Okay, let's dance. Let's dance.
Dave, please try to do it Travolta. Aw, ain't he cute? Good night, folks.
Bye, guys.